€34,970, roughly $38,000, for a convertible wearing full John Cooper Works badges on a detuned engine. And I think this is the smarter way to buy a MINI Cabrio than the one next to it at $14,000 more. Here is the trick. MINI took the same 2-liter Turbo 4 from the Cooper S and the John Cooper Works, dialed it down to 161 horsepower and 184 pound-feet, and bolted every visual piece of the John Cooper Works package on top. Adaptive dampers, which means suspension that reads the road and adjusts. Paddle shifters, John Cooper Works sport seats, the full aero kit. You do not get the extra 67 horsepower. There is one detail about this car that tells you whether that trade-off is genius or a mistake, and it is not under the bonnet. Chili red paint with black racing stripes, John Cooper Works front grille, hexagonal detailing, 18-inch John Cooper Works wheels, and a single exhaust pipe at the rear that the full John Cooper Works now shares. Nothing outside this car tells you it runs the base engine. From the next lane, this is a €49,000 car. The soft top sits flush when folded and operates at up to 19 miles per hour. The Union Jack taillights have more visual confidence than the Volkswagen T-Roc Cabriolet at similar money. Step inside and the circular 9.4-inch OLED screen dominates everything. Climate, navigation, drive modes, media, 0 physical buttons. That is the honest problem with this car. At 40 miles per hour with the top down, adjusting the temperature means looking away from the road. MINI chose screen purity over driver convenience, and that will split buyers harder than the engine. But the materials surrounding the screen earn back the trust. Recycled knitted fabric across the dashboard, ambient lighting that shifts through 8 drive modes, John Cooper Works sport seats with red stitching on Vescin, MINI's recycled alternative to leather. For $38,000, this cabin competes with interiors at twice the price. Sport seats grip your ribs without squeezing. The John Cooper Works steering wheel sits thick in your hands with paddle shifters behind the spokes. Head-up display is standard with the John Cooper Works trim. Heated seats standard. The toggle bar below the OLED handles volume and shortcuts. The windscreen sits close. The bonnet is short, and the horizon arrives before you expect it. Rear seats exist. Anyone over 5'8" gets tight knee room, barely acceptable headroom with the top up, and wide is the main event with the top down. This is a 2-person car that tolerates 2 more for 15 minutes. The T-Roc Cabriolet offers more rear space and nearly double the boot for the same outlay. A carry-on suitcase and a jacket. That is what fits. 160 liters, roughly 5.7 cubic feet. The hatch flips down toward you and the opening is narrow. Weekend bag, yes. Golf clubs, no. At this price, you accept the trade-off or you buy a hatchback. 161 horsepower and 184 pound-feet through a 7-speed dual clutch, an automatic that shifts faster than a traditional gearbox, driving the front wheels. 0 to 60 in around 7.4 seconds, around 30 miles per gallon combined. This is not a fast car, I do not care. In a convertible, the speed matters less than how it arrives. The dual clutch fills gaps instantly. The turbo responds below 2,000 revs, and the adaptive dampers give the chassis more composure than 161 horsepower demands. The MX-5 is faster and cheaper. It does not have this cabin or 4 seats. €34,970, roughly $38,000. €14,000 more gets you 67 extra horsepower in the full John Cooper Works. Horsepower you will use on a track day you will probably never book. The Mazda MX-5 costs less and drives with more precision. But neither gives you this OLED screen, these materials, this roof-down. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.